some people are going to places and just disrespect the history, disrespect the nature, the archaeology. Hey guys, so today we're gonna watch a video from a person. I consider him to be my history and archaeology teacher. He is amazing. Please go watch the original videos he has on the original channel. He is so much, I mean, you can honestly see that this guy really cares about what he is doing, which is amazing, and I absolutely love to learn from him. I am totally obsessed with his YouTube channel, so make sure you give him all the respect and love he totally deserves. And yeah, let's start the video.
Hey guys, do you know what is the oldest pyramid in the world? Archaeologists will say it is the Djoser or Saqqara pyramid, built about 4,600 years ago. But what if I told you there is an even older pyramid located in India? There is such a pyramid a few centuries older than the Saqqara pyramid in Egypt, located in the town of Bareilly in the state of Uttar Pradesh. Let's go take a look and see what this place has to offer.
I really love that he's also
As you can see, guys, I'm in the middle of nowhere, right? But there is that giant pyramid that was built before the Saqqara pyramid in Egypt, okay?
If I was like walking,
let's take a look at this.
Far away and watching
so
this,
you guys can see the height of each level of the stepped pyramid. And it's at least 10 feet tall.
But the stones are really like small.
And there are at least 5 or 6 levels, guys. There are at least 5 or 6 levels. Actually, I hope you can see all the various levels of this pyramid. But I think that there are more levels hidden, okay? For example, look here.
Oh, so like if you're gonna dig, you're gonna find more levels. So maybe this is like
so you can see that more levels are hidden there.
That's interesting.
Locals call this Bhim Gada or Bhim Ki Gada, which means a blunt mace or the club, which is a weapon of a giant called Bhima. Why do they call this by that name? Well, there's a surprise waiting for us at the top. So let's go to the top and see what's there.
Well, I see a lot of trash, and I really hope that when you are visiting a place, take a trash bag and just like help clean the place, because you know the world is important, and don't like throw junk at it. Oh, okay, the view is awesome. This is really pretty. Higher than what I
So guys, you can see this is a surprise that's waiting for us in the top of the pyramid. See, this is a giant rock. It's a giant monolithic rock. Like, look at the height of that, right? So I'm maybe like, 5 3/4, and then probably 8 feet tall. And this is why they call this place Bhim Gada or Bhim Ki Gada, because they think that this used to be the club or mace of a giant called Bhim. But look at the shape of this. If you look at the shape of this, on top, it's obviously broken. This is actually a cylinder. That top is a cylinder that should have gone really high, like really way up top. The original height must have been more than 12 feet, maybe a lot more than that. And then look at this side, right? So this is three, four, one, two, three, four. Okay, so this is an octagon on this side. So this has 8 sides. And you can see that the bottom, there are 4 sides. And this is kind of a cube with 4 sides. And on top, this is an octagon with 8 sides. And on top of that, this is a cylinder. Can you tell what this is? This is a giant lingam. This was probably at least 12 to 20 feet tall lingam that's placed on top of the pyramid.
Okay. But what?
I'm not making this up because there are ancient texts which clearly give how a lingam should be designed.
Oh, cool.
And this 4-sided base, 8-sided middle part, and the top cylinder is clearly described in ancient texts. So we know that this is a lingam. And archaeologists also confirm that this is in fact a giant monolithic lingam. Now, why is this lingam placed on top of the pyramid, and what is the history behind this? Okay, so this is what the locals say. Shortly after the time of Krishna, a group of Nagas came down here and started to build the very first pyramid in the world. This is why this place was originally called Ahi Kshetra. The word Ahi means Naga, and the word Kshetra means place or sometimes even temple in the ancient language of Sanskrit.
Okay.
Now, this is what's really, really interesting about this pyramid, because it's very, very similar to the oldest, or the so-called quote-unquote oldest pyramid in the world, which is considered Saqqara Pyramid in Egypt, because you can see the Nagas carved all over the walls in the complex of the Saqqara Pyramid, indicating that the people who built this pyramid must have migrated and built the Saqqara Pyramid in Egypt. Now, obviously, this lingam on the top of the pyramid must also remind you of the Koher Pyramid in Cambodia, right? I've shown you the Koher Pyramid in Cambodia, which is also a stepped pyramid. And it also once had a giant lingam on top of this. Now you can see how this place could be the origin of all the pyramids around the world, because we know that Mayas have pyramids, Aztec built pyramids, Egyptians obviously built pyramids, Cambodian built pyramids, but it's quite possible that India was the mother of all these pyramids. Now, whenever you see pyramids, you are supposed to see a square base with a unique spout called a yoni. But where's the yoni here? Why is it missing? Now, initially, I had assumed that people have broken the yoni and they've thrown it somewhere, and that's quite possible. But I've seen images from the remote sensing department of India, and it's very interesting because the entire pyramid has a unique spout-shaped structure at one end, indicating that could be a giant yoni. And not only that, believe it or not, that same structure, that same yoni-like structure also exists in Saqqara. Well, we cannot exclude the possibility that this was the precursor to the Saqqara pyramid. At least you have to admit that both of them have similar blueprints, because the Saqqara pyramid and Ahi Kshetram, which is this pyramid, are both solid structures. Both are step pyramids, and both are based on the cult of Nagas. This entire area is said to be a part of the ancient Panchala kingdom, which existed at the time of Krishna during the period of Mahabharata, around 3100 BC. This region originally belonged to the ancestors of Panchali, the wife of Arjuna and his brothers, and also his great-great-grandfather. So this place was originally a part of the Panchala kingdom.
Okay, first, please go watch the original video in the original channel. He has so many other different videos, and it looks like he is actually taking the time to teach people like me. So this is amazing, and thank you so much. India is not just very interesting today, but also in the past, India was such a huge influence on the rest of the world. I think I got the answer for my question of why pyramids, because according to him, um, people just started building pyramids in India, and then they or other people side and just like try to copy it. But I still don't know why pyramids. Like, if you know, please write down in the comments. This is very interesting for me because there are a lot, like he said, there are pyramids all over the world, and this is really interesting to like to know why people chose that exact like shape, and why this is something that people feel like this will be something that worth building, because I don't know, in modern day it's gonna take a lot of time. So in those days, I'm assuming that would be a nightmare and really difficult job. So I really wonder like why. I know this is a big competition in like the archaeology world of like who was the most ancient pyramid, who did the first whatever, but like I I care a little bit about this, but not a lot to be just like, oh, 100% this. I'm team that pyramid. But this is very interesting just to know why, like why those pyramids were created, and to what, like what was the end game, what was the point. Another thing I really wanted to talk, I think I also like mentioned when I was watching, because this is really important to me. Some people are going to places and just disrespect the history, disrespect the nature, the archaeology. Just when you're eating a snack, and just like put it in your bag, and then when you're going back home or to a place where there is a trash can, put the things in the trash. Don't throw them away on the ground. If this is not, fruit or vegetables or something, the earth can like, make it something so other animals can eat or help the world. Just like don't throw it. It looks so sad to see this pyramid that I'm assuming very pretty pyramids, but just filled with trash, filled with empty bottles, filled with I don't know what was that, wrapping paper and stuff, but I just saw a lot of junk. And also, when you come into a place, you really don't have to write your name everywhere. This is I don't know, this is for me disrespectful, because this is something that someone worked really hard on, and you don't need to sign. There is absolutely no reason for you to sign it because you did not create this. And when people are writing their name, like to achieve, like to show they've been there, other than you, no one cared. Really, no one cares. So stop writing your names on walls and on history. I know this because sometimes some people trying to write their names on the wall of Jerusalem, and like we're trying to explain them. This thing has so much history in it, and when you just come in here and disrespect everything, like people have died to protect this, and you just come here and write in your name and you're just gonna go. And why? For me, this is absolutely disrespectful. If you think this is not, write down in the comments. I'd love to know what you think. But for me, to throw trash in places, just like not even if I mean even if he was just walking in the field, and with had like absolutely nothing, like no archaeology, no nothing that is interesting, just the earth, the nature. Don't throw stuff. The human race is the one who destroyed the world like the most. So just don't do whatever you can to not, like, just don't throw trash. It is that simple. This video was very interesting, but I honestly felt like I should talk about this because this is something I'm seeing a lot, and I really don't think this is necessary. Like, people need to take care of the world and take care of the ancient history. I mean, if you honestly care about what he is saying and what he is showing, I mean, the easiest thing you can do to support him and support the world is just to not destroy it. Yeah, that's it. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sorry that I blabbed, and I'll just like, this is something very important for me. That was very interesting. I'd love to learn more about the pyramids, like all over the world. Yeah, so I'll see you next video. Bye, guys.